Now on Coin 6 News at 11, police in Gresham looking for answers while neighbors struggle to feel safe.
And now we hear that there's a body that was found, so that's a little unnerving.
The latest into the death investigation in a Coin 6 crime alert. Plus, Mayor Hales celebrating a milestone in housing the city's homeless.
This community has achieved the goal of housing all our homeless veterans.
But vets we spoke to disagree.
Shelter life is not where anybody really wants to be.
But first, emergency crews around the city are putting in extra hours, clearing our roadways and returning power after a messy storm. Coin 6 News starts right now.
Live from the Coin Center in downtown Portland, this is Coin 6 News. Watching out for you.
And welcome to Coin 6 News at 11. I'm Andrew Dymburt in for Chris Holmstrom tonight. Now let's get right to Joseph Dames in the Weather Center with a look at what to expect for our Sunday morning. Joseph.
Well, Andrew, we have this system moving through right now. That's going to bring in some more rain showers come tomorrow morning and through the overnight. We've already picked up about 1/4 of an inch here in Portland. And on top of it, we're expecting more rain. So here's a look at the kind of the wide view of what we have on the satellite radar. Snow continues to fall down through the Cascades as we look closer towards the metro. Precipitation right now, and some of those showers can be on the heavier side. We do have some decent downpours going on just to the northwest of Portland that will be sliding on through. So the roads are going to be wet. Temperatures will be cooling down a little bit overnight. Now I'll tell you about the long distance forecast. We do have some cold air coming. That's coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Now check out this explosion in Multnomah Village. Our own web producer, Chelsea Wicks, caught the moment on video when a transformer on a power line blows up, knocking out power for several hours. In fact, there's still a ton of people without power tonight, over 5,000 people. According to PGE's updated outage map, the majority of those outages are in Multnomah County. Now that number is much lower than it was when the day started. Overall, crews have restored power for over 44,000 customers. Right now, they're working overtime to restore power as soon as possible, so if you're still affected, just be patient. And right now, Interstate 84 is still shut down along the gorge. Eastbound lanes are closed from Troutdale all the way to Hood River. The closure comes in response to icy conditions and multiple accidents on the interstate. Westbound lanes, though, are still open, and ODOT says it will reopen those eastbound lanes once conditions are safer. And crews are still working to clear up that major landslide on Burnside we first told you about last night. Trees came down on West Burnside, closing a big stretch of that road, taking power lines down with it.
At least once a year, there's enough weather to kind of cause enough of a problem, especially on those steep hills.
Now, those streets are still closed off to traffic while crews are on scene. PBOT says they expect to reopen the roads tomorrow morning. And continuing now with our weather coverage, more danger on the roads. Look at this video. Our Jennifer Hoff spotted this truck in her southwest Portland neighborhood. Four-wheel drive and snow tires were no match for this hill. And you can watch this video again and again on Jennifer's Facebook page. The icy weather also bringing down trees, though. Check out this other video a viewer sent us. This tree falls right onto a home in Northeast on Wisteria Drive. Luckily, nobody was hurt. And as if the weather wasn't keeping emergency crews busy, home fires have been stretching crews thin as well. Check out the scene at the Hourplex apartment building on Northeast Haslow Street. The fire tore through the upper units, but fortunately, crews say there was no one inside. Only one resident had to be taken to the hospital, but only for minor burn injuries. And another apartment fire in Vancouver tonight. A fire destroys 4 apartment units. Luckily, nobody was seriously hurt, but 2 exotic birds were taken to local vets for treatment. And new at 11, Coin 6 has learned a Portland police officer has been arrested by a Beaverton police officer for driving under the influence. 18-year veteran Timothy Robinson is being charged with DUII after drinking and driving. He was off duty at the time, but was operating a city-owned vehicle assigned to him as part of his duties as a sergeant with the Drugs and Vice Division. Portland police are investigating a deadly hit-and-run crash in northeast Portland. It happened around 2:30 a.m. near Northeast Columbia Boulevard and 80th Street. Police say there were 2 cars involved in the crash. One of the people died at the scene. We're told the driver of the second car took off on foot. There are reports that the driver is a black man with a goatee wearing a red shirt. The major crash team is now investigating. And Gresham police are investigating a homicide after the body of a man was discovered at Main City Park this morning. Tim Becker has been following this story all day. And Tim, the police released the man's identity tonight. What can you tell us?
Well, they say his name is James Issei Arrington. He's 20 years old. He's from Gresham, and they want your help figuring out exactly what happened to him.
Yeah, well, we woke up to the yellow tape and we were just kind of like, I don't know what's going on.
Police tape that corralled a large portion of this park much of the day remained up late into the night as police tried piecing together exactly what happened. The body was found around 9 this morning, shortly before police responded to a report of a man lying face down near the baseball field. They arrived to find the lifeless body of who tonight they say is James Issei Arrington. They're treating his death as a homicide. I found out that before releasing his identity, detectives canvassed nearby homes, asking neighbors if they saw or heard anything. Nobody did.
We've been here this whole time, so what did we miss? And now we hear that there's a body that was found, so that's a little unnerving and makes me a little nervous. So I'm hoping that they're dealing with it and that I'll get more info.
Police are not saying how the man died, whether there's evidence of him interacting with someone else or how long he may have been dead here. In a popular park surrounded by houses and apartments, homes to people now wandering right alongside police.
And it's always a little nerve-wracking because there's like a large homeless population that hangs out right under the covered space over there. So we've had a couple weird situations. People come knocking on our doors in the middle of the night, like weird things.
Well, the East County Major Crimes Team is handling the investigation right now. They ask that if you have any information related to Arrington's death, that you give the Gresham Police tip line a call. Back to you, Andrew.
All right, thanks, Tim, for that update. Now, well, homelessness is perhaps the biggest issue facing Portland and Multnomah County, and local officials have had a tough time helping homeless people find shelter. But today, Mayor Charlie Hales and County Commissioner Deborah Kafoury celebrated because they say homelessness for veterans has effectively ended. Friday, they received a letter from the White House saying the Interagency Council on Homelessness was, quote, pleased to confirm that the city of Portland and Multnomah County have effectively ended homelessness among veterans.
I think it sends a really important message that when the federal government invests in programs like this, local communities can make big things happen.
They went to each of those men and women personally and said, we know you're a vet. We want to get you off the street and into housing. Let's do this. And it worked.
And then all of a sudden you find out.
Meanwhile, homeless veterans in Portland that we spoke to say there's no way the homeless problem has improved for veterans. Bill Street, a vet, says he's been homeless in Portland for almost 3 years. He says that he and other homeless vets were upset by the mayor's announcement today, going on to say that living in a shelter does not count as being housed, and getting help is still very much a challenge.
You talk to one place, you talk to like the CRRC through the VA, they give you one statement. You talk to one of the other organizations like TPI, they give you another statement. You talk to somebody else, they give you another statement, and it's just constantly running in circles.
We want to hear from you about the mayor's announcement today. Join in on the conversation over at our Facebook page, the Coin 6 Facebook page, that is. Well, what do you think of the mayor's announcement? Is the homeless veteran problem solved? Again, you can head over there or follow us on Twitter as well. And some conservative Eastern Washington lawmakers want to split the state in two. It's a proposal that's come up many times in the past. Right now, some lawmakers want to split from the liberal Western Washington, creating a new state east of the Cascade Range known as Liberty. The legislature can't split the state in half, though. The bill asks the president and Congress to do that. Congress hasn't created a new state out of an existing state since the Civil War, when West Virginia wanted to stay with the Union and was carved out of Virginia. A little U.S. history lesson there. Still ahead on Coin 6 News at 11, carnage on highways across America as the storm moves east, plus a stark warning for families celebrating with festive lighting around the house. And later, a rising death toll after a bombing near a soccer stadium in a suspected terrorist attack. Stick with us. We aren't the only ones dealing with road problems in terrible weather. Back-to-back storms are slamming much of the country. Dangerous and deadly storms blasted the East Coast and Midwest as well. In Pennsylvania, part of a highway looked more like an abandoned junkyard. Heavy snowfall triggered a crash involving at least 13 vehicles. 15 people were hurt.
Vehicle accident, I-90 westbound. 10 to 15 vehicles involved. One vehicle through the median, head-on into a semi.
Further down that same highway, get this, a 75-car pileup. You heard that right. And in Michigan, take a look at this. A semi-tractor jackknifed across a highway, shutting it down. A massive 40-car pileup killed 3 people. And in Nevada, the search for a skier who went missing after an avalanche is on. Apparently, the 60-year-old man was caught in the avalanche at the Mount Rose Ski Tahoe. The missing skier was with another man who managed to get away from the avalanche. Rescue teams haven't had any luck finding any traces of him. And the holiday season is full of colorful lights, fresh winter greens, and festive celebrations. But with the festivities come fire risks. Check out this sobering video of how fast a Christmas tree can go up in flames. Lighting equipment is involved in more than 35% of home tree fires. A few tips to avoid a disaster. When picking up the tree, choose one with fresh green needles that don't fall off when you touch them. Make sure that the tree is at least 3 feet away from any heat sources like fireplaces, radiators, candles, and heat vents. And make sure that the tree isn't blocking any exits. Always turn off the tree lights before leaving home or going to bed. And finally, get rid of the tree not long after the holiday, because once it goes dry, it really becomes a fire danger. For more tips and resources, including where you can dump the tree after the holidays, head over to KOIN.com. Okay, Joseph, it's that time of year again. You know, we're talking about Christmas tree safety.
Yeah.
Do you have a Christmas tree? You going with a fake one, a real one? Come on.
Have a real one. It's a noble
right,
fir. It's Swedish themed. My girlfriend put that one together, so it looks really nice. I highly recommend doing that too.
And
nice
we got some Christmas ornaments tonight, right? The Coin 16 gave us all Christmas ornaments, so you got to put that one up, right?
I definitely have to. I have a big J up there, a little vain, but I definitely like it. So, you know, I set some pictures on my Facebook. If you want to join in, send your Christmas tree photos to go ahead and do it. Let's talk about the weather. We have some isolated showers moving in. They've been going on pretty much all day. We have this area of low pressure just to the north. It's going to continue to kind of give us that moisture that is going to provide us for these showers as we head into the overnight. It's going to continue on and off, very scattered in nature, so don't expect it continuously as we go through the overnight, although it will be there. And as you can tell, we do have a little bit of snow out there for the Cascade. So here's that area of low pressure. We have another one right back here, kind of right over my shoulder here. And that is going to move off to the east too. That's going to continue to bring in some more rain as we go into our Sunday and then again into our Monday. So expect a little bit of rain as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours. Radar showing the precipitation now pushing off to the east. Again, this is just one area of moisture. We've had, again, just some scattered showers as we've gone through the day. Up off to the north, Vancouver right now, looking at a little bit of precipitation, maybe to fall asleep to tonight, maybe just to listen to if you're kind of hanging out. Down I-5, if we're looking at some areas here, we're seeing some scattered showers too. That will continue again on and off through the overnight. I-84 here, not as bad. Finally starting to see some dry time here, although look at just to the west, more rain showers to move on through. That will be consistent again while you're in bed tonight and waking up tomorrow morning. And then likely some snowfall on 26 here. Actually, the road there has been pretty backed up on and off through the evening. A lot of people moving on through. As you could tell, look at that, kind of snowed over and probably some ice there. So if you are heading up on 26, make sure you do have the traction tires or some chains, something like that. Here's tomorrow. We're looking at a chance for some rain showers pretty much on and off throughout the day. Temperatures topping off about 43 degrees tomorrow. And up on the mountain with some colder air and some moisture, we're still seeing more snowfall. So we have a winter weather advisory till 2 p.m. for our Sunday. Again, an additional 5 to 10 inches. Still probably going to see the heaviest of that snowfall through the overnight. 2,500 feet to about 3,000 feet we'll see that snowfall level. So ski report, how about this? 84 inches up on Timberline. If you haven't been there yet, perfect timing to get up there. Great start to the winter, 4 inches over the last 24 hours. Meadows seen 7 inches. I was up there a couple times this week. It was just gorgeous. We had a lot of people up there today. Tons of snow up there, just wonderful. And as you can tell now, just a little bit of moisture there, kind of freezing over here on our Mount Hood Meadows cam. 1 a.m. in the morning, here we go, some scattered showers. We wake up tomorrow morning just about the same. Snow for the Cascades, again, coming down on and off as we go through the morning and likely through the afternoon, slowing down just a little bit. Isolated showers through the afternoon from the coast all the way inland, so Astoria down towards Gerhardt, Seaside, Tillamook. Rain showers for you folks, and maybe some small hail again. We had some reports of that today. Monday morning, 7:30, some isolated showers, again on and off as we go through our Monday before we finally start to see some dry time late Monday into Tuesday. 7-day forecast. Look at this. Cooler weather Tuesday, 38 degrees. I want to pinpoint Wednesday and Thursday, though. We'll kind of bracket them together because temperatures likely only topping off near freezing, 34 degrees. 27 late Tuesday night, Wednesday 28. And it gets even colder on Wednesday, 24. Andrew, our next chance for the potential for snow is going to be late next week on Friday.
Yeah, it's that time of year again. But, you know, we were talking about this a little bit off air. For the middle of December, in the 40s right now, I mean, it's not too bad, right? You know?
Yeah, our average high is 46. We could thank the Pacific Ocean for that to kind of keep us a little bit warmer.
All right, thank you, Joseph. And from weather to sports, Christmas came early for the Seattle Sounders, and the Blazers had their hands full with Indiana. Dave Solano has it covered tonight. Hey, David.
Hey, thanks a lot, Andrew. Yeah, Blazers out to a really good start in the first half, but a completely different story in the second half of this one. And it's Paul George leading Indiana over Portland. Out to a very good start for the Blazers and give him all 3 of these. And he's not finished. There's another three-pointer. Dame can't be stopped. This time from the corner and splashes a 3. Lillard on fire and clearly in the zone. He's just getting started. Another 3-ball. He finishes with 33 points behind 5 3-pointers. But now let's get to one of the biggest moments of the ball game. Evan Turner breaking out the 360 dunk, and you know we've got to watch that one more time. That is awesome. Turner going to show off the hops. He had 5 points off the bench. Third quarter, CJ McCollum trying to keep Portland out in front. McCollum getting it done from 3-point range. McCollum, a career-high 7 3-pointers. He finishes with a season-best 34 points. Now in that fourth quarter, though, we're tied up at 105. George, the bucket, and draws the foul. George, a season-high 37 points. Those Blazers keep fighting, but it's Indiana holding on for the 118-111 win. Portland back in action on Monday night against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
The winner is Lamar Jackson of the University of Louisville.
And as expected, it's Louisville quarterback Lamar Jackson winning the prestigious Heisman Trophy. This kid putting together some amazing numbers during the regular season and had all sorts of plays worthy of the highlight reel. And at 19 years old, Jackson, the youngest player ever to win the Heisman.
I'm extremely proud to represent this class and the University of Louisville with their first Heisman Trophy. I'd like to extend my appreciation to the Heisman Trust and all the people. Oh my God. This tremendous award for making this an experience of a lifetime, and I'll remember for the rest of my life.
What a beast he's been tonight, dealing with Josie Altidore and Sebastian Jovinko. And now an opportunity with his foot to win MLS Cup for Seattle, which he has done. The Seattle Sounders have done it. MLS Cup winners.
There you go. Roman Torres converts the winning penalty in the 6th round of the shootout, lifting Seattle to its first ever MLS Cup title. Sounders defeat Toronto FC 5-4 on penalty kicks, and there's a very special moment. And a great finish between Army and Navy earlier this afternoon. Second quarter we go. Navy's quarterback Zach Abey making his first career start, but the football going to wind up into the hands of Ryan England. Navy 3 turnovers in the first half. Moving ahead now to that fourth quarter. So with Army now leading 14-10, Abey on the keeper, breaks a couple of tackles, and 41 yards later, he's going to take it all the way to the house. They can't stop him right there, but Army answering back. Quarterback Ahmad Bradshaw on the keeper and powers his way to the end zone for the lead. It's Bradshaw capping a 12-play, 80-yard drive. And let the celebration begin. Army wins 21-17. And on the ice, Winterhawks facing off against Everett tonight. First period we go. Portland not wasting any time. Skylar McKenzie able to light the lamp with a beautiful goal. That's the fastest teddy bear goal in Winterhawks history. McKenzie with his first career hat trick, and let the teddy bear toss begin. All of those will be collected and donated to local charities in the Portland area and Southwest Washington. Winterhawks go on to win 5-2, and it is all about the teddy bear toss at the Memorial Coliseum. That is awesome tonight. We'll be right back after this break. Stay right there.
The death toll is expected to rise after coordinated attacks outside of a soccer stadium in Turkey. At least 29 people are dead, more than 160 injured. Marley Hall has the very latest.
Chaos and rapid gunfire erupted shortly after 2 explosions outside the Vodafone Arena Stadium in Istanbul Saturday. It happened hours after a match between Turkey's top 2 soccer teams. In the first attack, Turkish officials believe a car bomb was detonated on a hill overlooking the stadium. Flames shot high into the sky, and windows on a bus used to carry riot police to the stadium were blown out. Then a suicide bomber set off a second attack in an adjacent park. Shrapnel littered the street as police investigated both crime scenes. The powerful blasts also damaged nearby buildings and several vehicles. Emergency workers treated some of the injured officers at the stadium. Dozens of ambulances rushed the most severely injured to area hospitals. So far, no one has claimed responsibility for the attack. Marley Hall, CBS News.
Okay, Joseph Dames is back with us for one final look at your forecast.
Yeah.
Joseph, what can you tell us for the rest of the
week?
week?
More rain showers tonight. Cold air as we go through the midweek, though. Look at this. 43 degrees on Sunday, 43 on Monday. Isolated showers throughout the day. On Monday, more scattered in nature tomorrow. But watch as we go into Wednesday and Thursday. We'll see some sunshine, which is nice, but temperatures only topping off in the lower 30s. 34 degrees on Thursday. Overnight temperatures in the 20s. Guys, I think our next chance for the potential for snow could be next Friday.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Well, that's going to do it for us this Saturday evening. Remember, we're always on at KOIN.com, and you can take us with you by downloading the KOIN 6 app. Have a great rest of the weekend.